Hello, this is Taylor Elwood with Eugene Pagan Pride. I'm the workshop coordinator, and I'm really thrilled to have with me Cat Gina Cole, who is going to be one of the amazing presenters that we are going to have at Eugene Pagan Pride. Welcome, Cat.
Hey, everybody. How are you today, Taylor?
I'm doing great, and how about you?
Oh, nice, beautiful day down here in Southern Oregon.
Excellent. So on August 6th, you're going to be at Eugene Pagan Pride. I'll be there as well. And you're going to be presenting a workshop on shadow work. So I'd love to interview you a little bit about that, as well as talk a bit about your history with paganism. So why don't we start with the history of paganism? Can you tell us like how long you've been a pagan, what your spiritual path has been, and what it is that makes you proud to be a pagan?
Never not been one. Um, so I know that's kind of a cheeky answer, but so I was one of the fortunate few to grow up in a magical home with my mother and my grandmother, and of course there was other family members. But it was, as far as witchcraft went in the family tradition, it was just the three of us, and I was sworn to secrecy.
Hmm.
And while my mother made sure to expose me to many, many things, um, I was given a choice, at 13, what I wanted to choose, which I find admirable. I chose the family witchcraft and never looked back. So I'm 64 now and I've been doing this most of my life.
So when you say you were given a choice, like you were given a choice between being like a Christian, for example, or
Yeah,
some other kind of religious background,
yeah,
or
yeah, exactly that, Christianity. Because my mother was actually a Christian mystic. She was both a Christian and a witch, and she enjoyed both. The Christian thing was more of a social deal, you know, and we had a fantastic social environment, family village type of situation I experienced at the Salvation Army Church when I was growing up. And still, she would sit in church with me and go, that's an incantation, oh, that's dream work, various things like that, and she would teach me witchcraft through the Bible sometimes, right? Almost in front of everybody, and nobody kept on to it. And so then my 13th summer, she had me go to a whole bunch of churches on my own and read the Bible. And then it was after that that they gave me the choice, you know. And so my choice was pretty clear. I mean, duh, you've already raised me 13 years in the family craft.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, like what would have happened if you hadn't chosen that? That was, I mean, you didn't find that out, which is good, but I mean, that's just kind of
Oh, she
interesting,
would have been completely supportive of it.
right?
Mom, she really helped me get my interfaith kind of stuff down and being accepting of all peoples and all kinds of things. And even in my own teachings and practices now, I'm very interfaith. I don't have a patron deity, and I don't really claim like any one particular pantheon or any of that. I, through her guidance and grandma's guidance, dabble with them all. Yeah.
So, can you tell us a bit about how your spiritual path has evolved over the years? You started out with this family witchcraft. Did you end up exploring other spiritual paths in relationship to that? And if so, how has that ended up changing your practice over the years?
Oh, my practice has grown in volumes over the years. So I was released from my vow of secrecy in 2010 when my mother passed away. And I found the only real public pagan group here in the Medford area. And dove into it wholeheartedly. They were more Wiccan, but it really opened. That's when I started learning the words like paganism, polytheism, pantheons, things like that, and I'm 50 years old. you know and so that experience taught me about Wicca. It taught me about Buddhism. It taught me about many, many other things that I really hadn't quite heard about yet. So it was really wonderful in that respect. And it taught me what group ritual was and how more public. That's why I use the difference between public and non-public. What public rituals and group rituals were like versus what they had been at home, And so I got a good taste of that experience. And then, well, by 2012, I was an ordained pagan minister and running the joint, and then we branched off and ran my own public group up until 2016. And then went to a private coven. I was kind of done with the public thing and went to a private coven, found Phaedra Bonowitz about that same time in there. Actually, I think I found her in 2014. She found me, one or the other. And then we both got close, and she said, "Hey, I got some things to show you." And I sort of became a student of hers as well, and am now initiated a hermetic practitioner under Phaedra. So I've just, always been a student and learned a lot.
Well, I hear that. I've always been a student myself, so I can appreciate it. And you're the author of a book. Yeah, so let's pull that out.
Yes, this little book right here, Psychic. Oh, my cat.
Well,
Psychic.
see, psychic skills for magic and witchcraft. It's a witchy book when a cat comes up and it's like, oh hey.
Yeah. um, that's so far my first book. I am working on another book. We'll just have to see where that goes. I have plans for a third one, but you just never know where life will take you. I've always been kind of out of the box. I'm not super rigid and structured about much of anything. And I go with the flow. I go where the spirit and the people kind of take me.
So let's talk a bit about your workshop. You're going to be teaching a workshop on shadow work. So what is shadow work and why is it essential for people to learn about it?
Well, I feel it's essential for people to learn about shadow work because most really don't realize how much it affects and relates to their magical practices. So what I tell my students on it is that if you're in the middle of doing a ritual, private or otherwise, or even a very intense spell, and your emotional stuff comes up at you, you need to be able to recognize that's what it is and tell it to more or less go sit down for a few focusing, and be able to have the fortitude to do that. And that makes that fortitude, that focus makes your magical practice that much stronger and effective. So to me, that's why we do shadow work. And it is a lot like therapy. Doing shadow work is not just dealing with when you were being a jerk or you hurt somebody or some of those things. It's the deeper emotional, shadowy sides of ourselves that we confront, our beliefs, our trust, our faiths, what is really us, what is actually socially conditioned into us, what is working for us and what is not working for us. Not only do we just discuss that, but through journaling and some other things, I give hands-on skills of how to deal with that in very specific ways.
Excellent. Well, I know I'm looking forward to your workshop, and I know that it's going to be really good. Um, what makes you proud to be a pagan? Since this is Pagan Pride, we kind of, let's talk a little bit about that.
I'll be honest, I'm a witch first.
Hey, I'm a magician first. I get it.
I'm proud to be a pagan because I'm really proud of the greater community, and I love the greater community. Um, you know, we all have our flaws and our little news, but in general, the pagan community really comes together for each other, and they're open, they're receiving, you know, they like to share their knowledge and stuff like that. There are a few pockets of things that are hidden, but that makes the mystery in the craft, and the proud part of paganism to me is being about the earth, the earth focus and taking care of the earth and seeing the earth as an entity, you know, that really speaks strongly to me because as I grew up in my witchcraft, there was all of this stuff. We as witches tap into the energies and spirits of the earth and the things around us to draw the magic that's around us all the time. And it's just a wonderful construct. You don't get it anywhere else.
No, that's true. I agree with you on that one. I feel the same way in terms of my own practice. I really appreciate that. Well, I am really looking forward to seeing you on August 6th, which is going to be coming up here pretty soon. And for those of you who are watching this video, this is just a taste of the many joys and wonders that are to come on Pagan Pride Day on the 6th of August. Which we're going to be having at the Alton Baker Park in Eugene, Oregon. So please come so that you can meet Cat Gina Cole and check out her workshop, as well as come to meet all the other workshop presenters and check out all the vendors and everything else. We're looking forward to seeing you there.
All right, I'll be there. I haven't missed one yet. Take care, Taylor.
Take care.